All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the next episode of Ask Disciple. We have a very special guest in the house today, Mr. PhaseOne, in the place. Give it up. Hit the chat. He wants to hear your questions. Graham, are you ready?
No.
He's not. Well, too bad. I'm fading over anyway.
All right. I'm still posting on socials, so this is so people will actually come into this chat. Otherwise, there'll be like 2 people here.
The stress. Hurry, Graham.
Post.
Hurry.
Cool. What's up, everybody? We're in sunny California. It's very hot today. Me and Deet are in the office. We're just drinking some beers, hanging out,
Sweating
doing this thing. Oh, I can see myself. That's weird. Let me zoom in so I can't see myself. That's crazy. Here we go. All right, let's kick off with some questions. All right, I gotta scroll up. Is so cool, God. Fire's a remix of Demon Hunter. Yeah, that's a sick one, dude. That's probably my favorite remix of that whole remix LP. Big one. All right, where these questions at? PhaseOne, we love you. Thank you. Love you too. Any new collabs with Subtronics or anyone for that matter? I can confirm that me and Jesse are doing a VIP of Demon Hunter. You might have heard a bit of it in some live sets. It's usually doubled with something, so you won't be able to hear it by itself because there's always other songs playing at the same time. But me and Jesse are doing a VIP. Sounds very cool. I'm actually doing the Rampage live stream tomorrow, so I think I might just play it as it is tomorrow with no double, just so people can hear it. So yeah, other collabs I'm working on. Who else we got? I'm working with a couple of like vocalists. Producers. I'm working with Kaiwachi on a song, and that song is insanely heavy. I'm also going to play that tomorrow at the live stream so you can hear it. It'll be the first time it's ever been heard by anyone. Me and Code Pandorum are also working on a collab, also very heavy. I'm going to play it tomorrow as well on the live stream. What else? Who else? The bands I'm working with include Silverstein, the band Silverstein. They are from Canada. Very cool band. They've been around for a minute. We have finished a song. I don't think it's going to be on the EP though. I think we're going to do it later in the year. Which also leads me to the fact that I'm doing an EP, and that comes out very soon on Disciple. I'm not going to tell you how many songs, but there's a few ones that everyone's been expecting for a while, and a couple more. So yeah, that's what I'll say on that. When are we expecting the new EP? Yeah, I'm not going to say the date, but really soon, really soon. Can you be my dad? Yes, I will be your padre. Oh, shit, this went weird. Oh God, this chat just went to the bottom, and I've got to scroll all the way back up again. Oh God, this is chaos. Oh no, oh no.
Uh-oh.
How do I? Shit. Why does it do that?
What, did it scroll all the way to the top?
No, it went all the way to the bottom, so now I'm scrolling back to the top.
Oh.
Anyway, I'll just pick up anywhere. There's no comments, there's no questions, it's all just people saying shit. Notice me.
Ask some questions, people.
Ask some questions, people.
Hey, by the way, thank you for Manuel's music production. €1 donation.
Ooh.
Shout out. Thank you. Also, guys, if you do feel inclined, hit the donations. We got Super Chat. Post a sticker, post a comment. It's always much appreciated for those starving musicians out here, such as ourselves. Take it away, Graham.
Yeah. Give us money, please. We're starving artists. Please.
Help us.
How do you manage to create your own unique bass sound? Man, there's no real way to do it. There's no right or wrong. Like, I literally just fucking wing it all. Just trial and error, basically. I don't know. I mean, like most of the shit I do is just like in Serum, and it's just like basic shapes, which is just like that little wavetable that kind of scrolls between all the different like saw waves and sine waves. Just make some shit out of that, dude, and then just put some heavy distortion on it. I don't know. I just literally wing it. Like I think my sound more comes from like the metal influence, like the guitars, the vocals, just those kind of elements. That I think you can definitely hear a PhaseOne sound from those elements. But also like the production as a whole. Like I tend to write, you know, like songs, like kind of more structured songs. Like I like to have like more themes to it rather than just like intro, build, drop. Like I obviously have a few songs like that, but I tend to, I don't know. I tend to try and catch people through a more like song based rather than just a banger, like something that you would play in a club. But I do both, but yeah. Let's see. Where's Zelda? So I just got a puppy. How long ago? 2 months ago? She's at home right now. She's probably watching. So if she's watching, I'm gonna wave hello, little puppy. She's kind of all my time's going towards that dog right now. So, but I'm still working, still making music, doing a lot of stuff. Let's see. What other questions do we have? Disciple new album soon? I don't know. The band Disciple? The rock group Disciple? Would you collab with the legendary basketball player Shaquille O'Neal? I think he's a noob. I'm pretty sure the legendary basketball player is Nathan Eliminate. He is the legendary basketball player.
Nate can dunk.
He can dunk, dude. He smashes Shaq. Have you not seen that video? Come on, man. What's your thoughts on Sudden Death? He's killing it, dude. He's a crazy good producer. You know, they've like marketed everything fantastically. That whole Void thing, it just kind of like was the icing on the cake, dude. Like, all right, yeah, he's definitely one of the best right now, and I don't know if anyone can disagree with that, really. How did I get into music production? Good question. I mean, I've been playing music since I was like that tall, like you can't see the ground, but 5 years old kind of thing. I just like had like this little Casio keyboard I would play. Like my parents obviously saw that I had an interest in music because I would just always be drawn to like banging things or making sound. So then when I was like 7, I think I got piano lessons and guitar lessons. And then, yeah, that kind of started off that. And then it kind of dipped off for a bit until I became a teenager. That's when I kind of started having a real more interest in like making music again. So then I started I went through my rap phase. So I would like listen to like all the 90s hip hop, and like then I started like producing hip hop beats at the tender age of 12. And I did that for a few years. Nothing serious because I was a fucking child. But then again, you know, more Kismet's like 14 and he's already, you know. Anyway, so yeah, that was fun. Then growing up, my parents would always play like rock and like, you know, the old classic bands and metal and Zeppelin and all that stuff growing up. So then once I got to about 14, 15, my love rekindled for like rock music. And then, you know, I started listening to Metallica and delving deep into that. And then through that, I found like metal, I guess. I discovered metal, like as we know it today. And then, yeah, like I already knew how to play guitar, but like I was a bit rusty. So I kind of like picked it up and just started playing, and then like started a high school band and everything. Did that for throughout high school. Then that band, after we finished high school, then we started like touring. Like we just did shows like around the city and stuff like that.
And you played guitar, right?
I played guitar in the band.
You should have brought your guitar today.
I should have brought my guitar. Fuck. Damn, I could have serenaded everybody.
I know.
I could have played some Justin Timberlake. I've been jamming Cry Me a River. Dude, such a banger.
I'm crying right now.
Oh yeah. Fuck. So then anyway, did the band thing for a while. Then so after I left school, I went to college and studied sound engineering. So I got my degree in sound engineering after that. So then like I was like producing and recording my bands and my friends' bands and other artists I knew. That was like my first like audio gig, I guess, besides playing music. Then, so I played in a bunch of different bands. Then I think in 2010, I heard dubstep. And I never really listened to electronic music at all before. Like a little bit, but like not much. And then I was like, what the fuck is this? So then I was like, already knowing, engineering and a bit of production, like I just started fucking around with Ableton and trying to make dubstep. And that was like, I think at that point it was like 2011. And then like in 2012, I started PhaseOne just because I basically had all these tunes, terrible tunes, but they had these tunes written and I wanted to like put them out. So I had to make a name, and the name was PhaseOne. There's not really any reason behind the name. It's just like audio phasing in and out, and just added one to the end. I don't know. Then what's the question? I forgot the question was. How do I get into music production? Yeah, okay. Then started doing dubstep, and then it's kind of where we're at. And then like 10 years later almost, I'm still doing that, which is crazy. Obviously, I quit my band to do dubstep, but I'm obviously have a big metal influence, so like I still listen to metal on the side. I don't really listen to EDM at all, besides my own, like for research or for work. Next question.
All right, let's get caught up here. Big shout out, Vanessa Garza. Thank you, Mayhem Squad Unites.
Woo!
We've got more. Nightmare 64. Thank you. He's got a question here, actually.
Yeah.
Hold on. Scrolling. Okay, I found it here. He says, "What are yours and or Disciples' copyright policies with music in YouTube videos?"
I'm not the right person to ask about that.
Do you have any insight to that? I can maybe address them.
I think you can answer that. I don't know the rules. Yeah.
All right. In a nutshell, all of our music, all of it, is licensed as Creative Commons, meaning anyone can take any of our material and use it for whatever reason. There's no limitations. Feel free to use it in your videos, tear it up, do whatever you want. We welcome it. So that's the deal.
Interesting. So does that mean people can like just take any Disciple song really and just use it?
Yeah. Anything.
So like it won't get like picked up by like any sort of copyright things?
No copyright claims, no violations of any sort.
Is there like a plus to doing that rather than like having it copyrighted or?
There's certain advantages, with the overall kind of like general monetization and revenue flow that things related to that, but mainly it's just so that we can provide the music to the most amount of people that we can possibly get it out to, for whatever reason.
Makes sense.
Encourage people to reuse it.
Yeah.
This and that.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate that. I think that's how it all should be, but I don't make the rules. When will I make another track? Well, good sir, I have an EP coming very soon, which has some songs on there, and then I think I've got a few more coming up after that, singles and such. Graham, are you going to show us tomorrow the heaviest set you have ever made or not? So in case you didn't tune in earlier, tomorrow morning in LA, that's like evening for the Europeans. So we're doing the Rampage live stream. It's me, 12th Planet, Josh from Roadstep, Sweet Tooth, Definitive, Gravedigger. I think that's it. I don't think I missed anyone. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's like a big like stage production kind of thing, and it's kind of like catering to the European audience, obviously, because Rampage is European. So it'd be cool, man. I'm really excited. I think tomorrow is more about showcasing some new music. So it's just gonna be like stuff you haven't heard before from me and from other people. I mean, it's obviously gonna be heavy, but yeah, I think it's more of a showcase than like some crazy like triple drop kind of thing, you know. So yeah, I'm excited for that. My set starts at midday, noon, LA time. So I think that's 3 p.m. like New York time, and I believe that's 9 p.m. like Central European time. Maybe check that. But yeah, that's happening in less than 24 hours from now. So I'm excited.
Wow, big donations rolling in.
Oh, dude.
Thank you, everyone. This is awesome.
Did Belly Alive
including
just donate?
Belly Alive.
Belly
Thank
Alive
you.
just donated?
$5.
What a sweetheart.
Alive. Graham, please say, I turned myself into a pickle, Morty. I'm Pickle Rick. Wubba lubba dub dub.
Okay, Willie.
Okay, all right.
I turned myself into a pickle, Rick. Wubba lubba dub dub. Wait, I missed a bit.
I think that counts.
I think that counts. Thanks, Willie, for the
Nightmare
donation.
64, thank you again. Who else? Rushdown Official. Do you do one-on-one production lessons?
Man,
Good
you guys
question.
are about to pay my rent. How much do we have so far? Like $10?
We are at $66 so far.
$66, dude. That's my
sick.
rent and a meal, man.
Gil Semple, shout out. Thank you.
Fuck yeah.
To Stancil, thank you. He's got a question. How do I layer my sub bass in my drop? Should I use the same sound or high cuts and lows boosted?
Wait, what?
Or wait, I think I read that wrong. How do I layer my sub bass in my drop? Should I use the same sound with the high cuts, with the highs cut and lows boosted? I guess that makes sense.
Well, it depends what you want to do. Like, if the bass sound that you've made has a sub in it, just have that as it is. But if you have a different sound that kind of like calls for like being a bit more high pass, you can just add a separate bass like a sub underneath that. There's no real rules as long as like it all kind of hits at the same levels, you know, and it still sounds fat. Like I think sub bass, people get a little bit too worked up about. It's just like literally just a sine wave, dude, that you just kind of like put under the song. It's like just as long as like no other frequencies are clashing with it, you know. Like obviously you got your kick drum, but you sidechain that out anyway. So just make sure you high pass all the rest of the elements in the song. So it gives the sub some room to sit in the mix. There's no rules, man. Just do it.
We got a question from donator 37K.
37K.
They're asking, what are your top 3 tips for long sustained basses like Crash and Burn?
Reverb filter. Serum reverb filter. You can get some long, tasty boys out of that. Like, just, I don't know, man, just push that thing, man. Like, you can push, you can set the reverb filter to like that sweet spot where it kind of like has this like tonal like quality to it, and you just, I don't know, like the super basic one is just get your first oscillator, do like a sine wave or a saw wave, just do an FM from B to that, and have the second oscillator at like, 3 octaves up or something. So then you FM from that, and you get some nice tasty stuff. And then from there you can just chuck a reverb filter on that, and find that real sweet spot to get that real nice like tonal sound. that's one way of doing it. And then usually like what I do is like I'll set to the master using the mod wheel, just some vibrato. So basically you just go to the global section and you change. I get it like one of the LFOs just going like really quickly up and down, and then you just set that to the master tuning in the global section, and just like so it just kind of like you create this wobble and you can control that with the mod wheel. I'm pretty sure I've recorded a tutorial on that, which hasn't come out yet, but you'll see it. It's easy. I don't know. That's probably the quickest way of doing some sort of long sustain bass. I use reverb filter probably not the most, but a lot.
Shout out Vanessa. Thank you so much. We love you. We see you out there all the time. Big love, Mayhem Squad.
Shout out Mayhem Squad. Everyone in the chat. Thanks Vanessa for that. Am I secretly an alien? Yes. Yes, I am. Any new collabs with Virtual Riot? Not yet. We're talking about doing something again because it's about time. Like besides the mega collabs, the only real time we really collabed was Kung Fu, which was like 2017. That was on the Origins EP. That feels like a while ago. That was when I signed to Disciple, actually, that EP. Good times. All right. I need to continue scrolling. Hey, PhaseOne. I always loved your music. How you knew dubstep and metal, and how you mixed them in your tracks. Love from Egypt. Ooh, damn, that's cool. I really want to go to Egypt. I don't know. I was always into metal, still am. Obviously love dubstep. Just wanted to do both, I guess. I think it took me many years to try and find that sweet spot where they blend well. But now I think I found it. I think I found the sweet spot. It's just like it's a different way to like the way you would produce like a metal record is very different to the way you'd produce EDM metal record. It's much more in your face. Like a metal record is way more dynamic and kind of mid-rangey, and you obviously don't have a sub bass like. So like, yeah, it took me a while to kind of, basically match the metal sections to the dubstep or EDM sections, because as we know, like there's a loudness war in EDM, so trying to get the metal section to kind of blend with the dubstep section and make it flow well, that was a fine art that took me a while to figure out. And I don't think, maybe you could show me some people that have figured it out, but I can't name anyone else that has figured it out.
Shout out Paul.
Shout out Paul.
Paul says, when we chugging bears again, mate. I think he means beers.
No, he means bears. No, he means beers. Fuck, I got one left now. Should I chug this data? All right.
I reckon.
If I get several $1 donations right now, I will chug this beer. It's only half a beer, but I'll still chug it.
The gauntlet has been thrown down.
So I'm gonna give that a minute to see if anyone wants to donate some dollars. But then I will chug this beer.
I think you also have 2 full ones behind you. I don't know.
No.
Is this wrong? Are we taking bets on how much beer you can chug on the stream? Can we do this?
I have to drive at some point. Maybe you can drive. Fuck.
I think we're all sleeping at the office tonight.
Yeah. Oh well. Oh god. No one yet. So that's good. No one's donating. So that's a good sign. I'm not chugging anything. All right. I need to continue. I have read like 2 questions. What's your process when mixing and mastering? Do you leave a lot for the master, or do you focus on getting the mix as perfect as possible first? I kind of I don't really do anything for the master, so all my songs, it's all in the mix. On the master, like I've got a tiny bit of ozone, which is just kind of like widening things and like boosting things up a little bit. Like it's more just like the sides, and that's like it's super subtle. And then I don't know if this is like a correct thing. Maybe some producers can like comment in here, but like I'll have like a soft clip at the very end. So it's ozone, and then I'll have just a utility, but I've got the everything under 120 hertz soloed. I don't know if anyone else does that, but you can probably do that in ozone. I don't know, but it's just like, so like you want your low end just kind of like sitting mono, and then everything else kind of comes up around it. I don't know. That was kind of my mind thought around it. Just like utility with everything under 120 hertz monoed. But that's all my mastering chain is. Just that. Like it's like it would sound the same pretty much if that wasn't on there, but it would be clipping, you know, on the master. So I just chuck that on there, and you know, digital distortion is kind of cool, mate. Kind of cool, you know. A lot of like old school, you know, engineers would be like, "That's bad," but it's like, dude, if it sounds good, it sounds good. You know, who cares anymore? Don't have to be fucking elitist, weird engineers. So that's it. Yeah, everything else is in the mix. You just gotta kind of make everything sound, kind of give everything its own space, like it's by EQing and widening, and you know, fucking chuck saturator on everything. Bit of OTT, you know what I'm saying? What is the song that I am most proud of? God, that's a hard one. See, I don't know. I think every producer will have this problem, but like everything that you've released, you kind of hate, because one, you've heard it so many times, and two, you learn so many new things since doing that track that you're like, fuck, I wish I had done this, I would have done that. So like, it's kind of hard to say because I hate everything I put out. And my answer will be, I always enjoy the stuff that I've just made until I put that out, then I'll hate that as well. So it's like, it's a never ending cycle. But if I had to choose one, gosh, I do like Crash and Burn just because like, it's a fucking song, dude. It's got like a proper like structure to it. There's some like Marcus from North Lane, like crush those vocals, you know. I think, you know, in recent times, it's definitely the song people would recognize me for. Like, if someone was to say, hey, like, show me PhaseOne, I think most people will play that song, you know? So. Would you ever be able to get Sam from Architects for a collab with Polaris? Wait, what? Oh, Architects. I've reached out to both those bands. We haven't got anything back yet. Oh, well, they weren't able to at the time, but I think we might readdress that for maybe the next album or something. I don't know. Because both those bands are sick, and I would love to work with them. You know, it's kind of hard getting bands involved. You know, a lot of them don't listen to EDM, or they're like really skeptical about it. You know, so it's kind of like it's hard to, you know, I don't want to be rude, but like broaden their horizons, expand, get out of the box. You know, like. A lot of metalheads are like very elitist. They're like, oh, you know, it's not music if it's not metal. Like, what is this EDM shit? It's like, nah. I'm not saying they're like that, but you know, yeah, it's difficult, man. But you know, I've had a lot of bands and people like talk to me and be like, dude, like I never used to listen to EDM until I heard your music, and vice versa. Like, I had a lot of metal kids, you know, be like. EDM kids be like, I never used to listen to metal until I heard your music. So I'm like, glad I could help, man. Like, that's really cool to me. That's kind of like, you know, job done. Excision collab, going on sale soon. So we're still working on it. It's been going back and forth between me and Jeff a bit. I think it's pretty much finished now. I will also play that tomorrow at the Rampage stream. You can hear that. I think the one I'm going to play tomorrow is a more updated version as well. So that's exciting. Salute to Myro. Salute to Myro. Myro EP when? All right. Next question. Thank you for the great video quality. Don't thank me. Thank this man right here. Cut to you.
Cut to D.
Cut to D.
Hey, you know, we do what we can here. We try to keep the quality high.
Cool. Yeah, he's the man with a plan, dude. He is the reason for this entire channel, dude. Like
when it works.
When it works.
When it works.
Yep. All right. Next question. What is your favorite drink? Paul again. Fuck, dude. That's a tough one. Like I'm Aussie, so I'm a bit of an alcoholic by nature. Obviously, I'm currently drinking. This beer is fat though. It's literally called Fat Tire. It's from Colorado, where Deed is from.
Hey!
Colorado represent. Dude, it's fucking good. It's a good beer. I'm a big beer fan. Like my dad's side of the family is all Irish. My mum's side of the family is all English. So like, man, like beer is like a thing. Like it was hard not to grow up with like there always being like Guinness around. Like my mic's not working. Oh, I think it went inside me. It went inside me. One sec, people. Do we have volume? Check. Is it because it's on my chest?
No, it's like
oh no, technical issues.
All right, stand by, everybody.
Stand by.
We'll get through this.
In the meantime, where are those dollar donations for me to chug a beer? Willie's fucking Willie's. They say we can hear me. Yeah. Can everyone hear me? All right. Apparently they can hear me. All right. If you guys can hear me, that's all that matters. Cool.
I trust you guys.
Yeah.
I trust you.
We trust the audience.
Okay. All right.
Oh God, I lost my place now. All right, next question. Let's see what we got next. What is my name? My name is Graham. Like Graham cracker. It's spelled differently though. It's spelled Graeme. It's just another way to spell it, you know. Living in America is kind of funny because like phonetically they don't know how to pronounce it. Like whenever they see it written, I always get like Greem or Greeny. I'm like, yep, that's my name. That'll do. What was your way of getting into your local scene? I mean, playing dubstep gigs. When I started doing that, it was 2012. Just started going out and, you know, I think the best way to do it is just like go out, meet people, meet the rest of the scene, meet the promoters, you know. Obviously, you know, you want to have a passion for producing or DJing at least. You know, it helps if you're a producer because like people will want to book you for your music. But you know, there's some DJs out there that don't produce and they get booked because they're sick DJs. So yeah, dude, just get out there and just meet everyone. Just be that guy that everyone wants to hang out with. Be loud. Hey, I am from Bangladesh. We love you, sir. Thank you. I love you too. What do you think of Phase Plant? I have not actually used it. I've heard great things about it. That you can have like endless like oscillators and shit. Yeah, still need to use that. It's probably game changing, but I know it works for me. So, how was it like to work with the UNFD boys? Really cool, dude. We've been in contact with them for a while, so they've kind of hooked us up with a few artists and stuff like that. Super easy to work with. They're Aussie as well, so it's super fluid. Like they obviously work with Northlane and stuff like that. But you know, I knew those guys before anyway. But like, Um, do you come to Slovakia? I mean, right now I'm not going anywhere, man. I'm just sitting here in LA, just drinking beer. One day, hopefully.
Graham, speaking of beer,
Speaking of beer.
the donations are rolling in.
Oh, we have
frankly.
donations?
We
can't see that
do, we
shit.
do, and we people are
I can't see any
making a
of that.
certain request here for something called a shoey. Okay, this
Oh,
is
I-
unfamiliar to me.
No,
Help me explain what this is.
So it's like an Australian. I don't want to call it a tradition because it's not. It's just like a thing that we're known for, I guess, especially internationally. Is you pour a beer into a shoe, and you drink the beer out of said shoe. You know, I didn't wear shoes today, so I'm not going to do that.
No
And
shoes.
I planned ahead because I knew I was going to get this question. So I'm like, no shoes, bro. No shoes.
There are shoes in the building.
There's not shoes in the building.
I can promise you there are.
I'm not drinking out of your stinky shoes.
Well, yeah, they do stink.
Actually, Ross has some. Myra has some really expensive shoes in his office.
That's right. We should just take Myro's Supreme Jordans. I'm sure he won't mind.
Supreme Jordans.
Should we do it?
I think we should, yeah. Although we're gonna need a bigger donation than that to cover the cost of the Jordans. So.
Oh boy. I don't know if you can put a price on those, really.
Oh God. Fuck. Wait. How many donations did we get from the beer thing?
Quite a few, mate.
All right. I'm just gonna chug this.
yeah.
Then I think that's as good as you're gonna get.
I
for
think
now.
that's
That's as good.
that counts.
I'm not gonna drink a half beer out of your sweaty shoes. All right. So in Australia, we've got a chugging song, and it goes a little something like this. Here's to PhaseOne, he's true blue. He's a piss pot through and through. He's a bastard, so they say. He tried to go to heaven, but he went the other way, and that's when you drink it. And everyone, as in theater, yells down, down, down as I drink it. Ready? He tried to go to heaven, but he went the other way. He went
Down, down, down. Down, 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 down. All the way down. All the way. All the way. Yes. By the way, we don't condone any of this sort of behavior, especially live on the internet. Hey, he did it.
Thanks for the donations. That was a waste of time. I have not answered any questions. All right, let's get back to this. All right. Where are we? Oh, it was K. DJ tutorial. Don't really see many dubstep tutorials. Do you need a tutorial to DJ? You just press some buttons, dude. It's easy. I don't know. I'm getting a lot of the same questions, unless I'm just rereading them. Wait, is my thing fucked up? Oh no, here we go. I think it's the same people asking the same questions, just so they get answered.
Lemonade wants to know if you can smell your beard.
Smell my beard or beer?
Beard.
He
Your face hair.
can. I'm pretty sure he's super quarantined though, so I'd have to invade his space with my potential corona. Which I don't have, by the way. I got tested. Clean. What is my favorite key? Finally, a question. I scrolled for like 10 minutes and that was the first question that came out. Cool. Currently, I love working in D minor.
The saddest of all keys.
The saddest of all keys. Oh yeah, fuck. Turn it up to 11, dude. Currently D, like, I think that's kind of like almost as low as you can go. Maybe like D flat is like as low as you can go before like you lose like your sub bass. It gets a little too low. But even like those keys can like still, like you need a big system to hear them. But like when you have a big system, they sound so fat. But like it's gonna sound shit if you're listening to it on like some headphones or like your computer. It's gonna like. But yeah, currently D, like just because you can get some really fat tones out of that. But like generally, I will only work from between the keys of D. These days I don't go higher than F. Yeah, so between D and F, because that's like the sweet spot for the sub, and you know, that's what bass music is all about. All about that sub. It's called bass music for a reason. Next question. I'd love to see a collab between you and August Burns Red. Me too. Me too, my friend. Me too. What DAW do I use? I use Ableton. Yep. Where are the questions? What's your dream collab? Fuck, dude, I don't know. You know, everyone usually says Skrillex. No, fuck Skrillex. I think I would love to collab with a band. I've reached out to them before and they said no. But that band is Parkway Drive. They're an Aussie band, metalcore band. Yeah, I reckon I'll be able to get them on board one day. Just gotta show them who I've worked with and like, cause that'd be cool. Cause they're like, you know, probably the biggest Aussie metal export in recent times. What's next? How tall am I? I am 5'10". 5 inches and 5 foot, 5 inches. I am this big. I am 5'10". Gosh, I think I need to refresh this because I'm just seeing the same thing over and over again. Unless that's how it. Unless people are just asking the same question, I'm not sure. Where is a question? Do a sample pack. Guess what? I am. It's pretty much finished already, actually, but it's not coming out for a while. It's coming out later this year. It's coming out this year, so it is jam-packed full of samples. I think it'll have over 1,000 samples. Guitars, basses, all the drums I use, all the different basses for my songs, everything. So that's going to be big, but yeah, it doesn't come out for a while because it needs to fit into the release schedule, basically, of the sample pack company. But yeah, watch out for that. That'll be coming later this year. You heard it first here on Ask Disciple Season 2. Where are the questions? What do you do to help your mental health in quarantine other than work on music? That's a good question. Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy time for everyone, I think. You know, getting a dog was actually really helpful. It definitely gave me some, you know, more purpose than just, you know, waking up and writing music or playing Animal Crossing. So that was a huge thing. You know, also like there were also a lot of shelters closing down, and which means they kind of had to euthanize dogs and stuff, which is like really sad. So that, you know, I felt like I was doing a good thing for the dog and the center, and also for my mental health. So that was really cool. I don't know, drinking beer, dude, that helps my mental health. I'm sure a lot of doctors will disagree. I'm sure a lot of people will disagree, but hey, it helps me. Like, God. New PhaseOne jerseys. So, gonna work on some new merch soon. We've still got some stuff left that we need to sell. Can we drop some links in here? Does that work? Do links work in this chat? Or
Let's try it.
We can try it.
Let's try it.
I got some. You guys want some merch? Yeah, I got you. So currently there is some Disciple merch. So they're like long sleeve PhaseOne merch, and on the back It says Break 'em. They've been around for a while. They're pretty cool. There's still some left of those, I believe. And also, there's another one. There's the tour merch that I took on tour with Excision. That was the merch we were selling on tour. But then obviously halfway through the tour, we got cancelled, so I had all this leftover merch. So then we put that online for sale. So I think that's sold out, and then we restocked it, I think. And now I think there's some left of that. But let me see if I can find it. Nah, fuck it. You guys can search it. It's in my details. Just look up PhaseOne merch. Thoughts on Polyrhythm? I think it's cool, man. Unique New York. Ooh, good question. How do I mix vocals with instruments that take up the same frequency range? I was actually having this conversation with Willie, Barely Alive, the other day. EQ is obviously the first step. So say your section of the song, it's like a verse or something, has a lot of like mid-range kind of elements like guitars or synths or whatever. I'm very manual with my production. I just kind of automate everything. So like whenever there was like a vocal line, I would just kind of like dip like the more prominent frequencies from the vocal in the rest of the elements. So like when the vocal was coming through, I would just dip like around like the 1000 hertz area of all the other elements. Just subtly, like when you listen to it, you can't tell, but like if you listen to that section by itself, you might notice a little dip, but like I did that all manually. But there are plugins that you can do, you can get that will do that for you as well. So it's just like side chaining kind of style things, but I don't know any because I don't use them. But yeah, that's one way of making some room for the vocals. Other than that, I don't know, just maybe the mix is too busy. Maybe you need to get rid of some elements, or I don't know. That's my tips anyway. What was it like being on tour with Excision before quarantine? It was so sick. It was really cool. Like we got through just over half the tour. I think there was like 32 shows in the whole tour. I think we did like 18. And that was pretty much like 3 or 4 every week kind of thing. It was so cool, dude. Like the crowds were just insane. Like we were like on the bus, like it was me, Wooly, Champagne Drip, and Jeff. And yeah, we were just hanging out on the bus, like going from city to city, hanging out. It was a real vibe, dude. And it's super gutting that Corona virus lockdown kind of happened halfway through that, because like yeah, I don't know, I don't want to talk about it, man. Next question.
Shout out Rex Thales Music.
Rex Thales. Well, how much did he donate? $5?
$1.
Doll hair, $1.
But there's an R in front of it. I'm not sure where that's from. $1.
Oh, this is meant to be your beer, dear. I'll open this beer for you. Theater.
Thank you.
Here.
Reaching.
You got it.
Oh, turns out I'm just right here.
He's right there.
I'm right here.
He's not in the studio or anything. He's next to me. Cool. Will I make a song with Northlane again? You know, I would have no problem doing that. I love those guys and I love their music. And Marcus can fucking sing. Taking a survey. Are hot dogs sandwiches? I don't think so. Are hot dog sandwiches?
The classic question. It always comes back
Is that
to
a classic? I've never heard that before. Is that a classic?
Oh, it's at great debate.
Must be an
long disputed.
It must be an American thing.
I've had a good 2.5 hour conversation with John 12th Planet about this very subject, and his insight is very interesting on the entire subject, and I would encourage everyone to hit him up right now and ask him what he thinks.
Is he pro it being a sandwich, or is he...
He is staunchly against the idea that a hot dog is a sandwich.
I think I agree with that.
And he challenges anyone.
I agree with that.
I tend to agree with that as well, but there are some that see otherwise.
All right, how about this one? Does pineapple go on pizza?
Well, it does, but it shouldn't.
Nah, anything goes on a pizza, dude. It's the 21st century, man. Come on, get with it. Sweet and savory together. It's like masterpiece.
I'm gonna have like my pizza, and then I'm gonna like have a piece of cheesecake after or something. You know, if that's the idea. Like, you know.
Pineapple cheesecake. Are you working hard on third Disciple mega collab? Nope. Literally nope. No, those collabs, my personal opinion is they're a fucking mess. That's just my opinion though. It just literally sounds like trash to me. I'll never play those songs. But yes, I have contributed some stuff to that collab. I don't know what it's gonna end up sounding like, but you'll hear a few of my sounds in there. Maybe some guitars too. What is the next question? When are you back in Boots' house, Cologne? Well, when am I back anywhere, to be real, to be fair? As soon as we can travel again safely and, shows can go ahead properly, I'll be everywhere. But until then, we're just playing the waiting game, really. There's a few places opening, like I know parts of Australia are getting back to normal, so I'll definitely be in Australia anytime I'm doing shows in America. Might look into Europe too, but it's just a crazy time, man. It's kind of, no one really knows what's going on. Like, it changes every week, so. Next question. PhaseOne excision. Yeah, I kind of answered that already. Oh, everything's moving so quickly. Hello, my name is Phase2. Hello, Phase2. My name is Phase1. Do you play guitar or do you get them off samples? I play guitar. I play the guitar. The stuff you hear in the songs is hard. It's mostly recorded. Some songs I use a VST. It's called heavier 7-string. It's just like a synthesizer, but like it kind of sounds like a real guitar, man. I tend to use that a lot these days, like especially when you're just trying to whip something up without having to plug all your shit in. And, at the end of the day, it's like it's EDM music. Like it doesn't have to sound like a real guitar. There's no rules, but it sounds pretty legit to me. There's a few little things that it's kind of like, that didn't really sound very humanized or whatever, or like. But heavier 7-string. If you guys want to look into it, you should, because I use it a lot and it's really cool. But yes, I do record my own guitars. I've made my own personal sample pack of guitar samples as well, which I use. So that's also another way for saving time when it comes to just writing a quick song or something like that. What have I been doing in quarantine? Well, what month are we up to? I think it's like, this is month 4 or 5. I lost count. Like, I don't even know.
4.5.
I don't even know where I am right now, man. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Time is meaningless.
So for the first like month, I was like upset because like my career just sort of ended abruptly, especially on like a huge tour like that. So I just kind of went down into, I just kind of like just didn't do anything for a month. I just kind of like hung out. Animal Crossing came out at that same time as well. So like that was literally my life for like a month until I got bored of it. Then after that, pretty much got a dog, and that's been taking up my entire life. But the dog sleeps at night, so I tend to stay awake like all night writing music and stuff like that. And then during the day, I'm like taking care of the dog. So, bit of both. That's kind of it, man. Just like haven't been going out a whole lot. Been staying at home, just trying to be productive, getting inventive with like cooking and like just drinking a lot. Yeah, I don't know. When is gonna be a EP? Soon. Do you take screaming or growling vocal lesson? And if you did, can you demonstrate? Man, I'm not the best vocalist, hey. The vocals the screaming vocals you hear in my songs, it's not me. It's bands or friends or, I can't do it that well. Like sometimes on stage, if I'm like hyped, I'll do it for shits and giggles, but like, yeah, I'm not a studio vocalist. Let's put it that way. I'm a producer. Next question: which band is going to be on your next collab? So currently, I think I answered this already. My next band collab is with a band called Silverstein from Canada. It's like a melodic song, so it's like, I think now that we are, there are no shows, like people are less inclined to make like bangers for the club the festival, it's like we're not doing that right now. It's like, me personally, I wouldn't really go and listen to like a straight out like rhythm, a 1 minute, 2 minute rhythm banger for like on my time off. Like I wouldn't do that. Like, I think people are more inclined to listen to actual songs, so like rather than just having build drop, it's like we want to listen to some structured song with some like vocals and some cool shit. Obviously still heavy, but like, so that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Trying to make some more, Spotify friendly music because, why not? I love doing that, and no one's going out right now, so it gives kind of like, it's giving all these artists like more opportunity to, not write club music, it's like just some real fucking music. So yeah, I've got a few melodic songs coming out this year over the next few months, so stay tuned for those. I will probably play them tomorrow at this Rampage live stream, which if you just tuned in, I am playing at 12 p.m. PST, that's LA time, which is like 3 p.m. New York time, and that's like 9 p.m. Europe time. Pretty sure it's like 3 a.m. in like Sydney on the following morning. But yeah, I'm going to be playing a lot of unreleased stuff from me and other people. So tune into that. I think Rampage are going to be streaming it from their Facebook page and their YouTube, I think. I don't know. It's going to be cool though. I'm excited. It's like a big like stage setup, so that'll be good. How do you sidechain your hats? I don't. So I pretty much like, sometimes depending on the song, I'll have some sidechain hats, but generally I will have two groups in my Ableton session. It'll be a drum group, and then there'll be a sidechain group, and within that sidechain group is like all the other groups. So I've got my like basses, my sub, like melodic elements and effects, all in separate groups, and they're all within this umbrella group of a sidechain group. So like everything's getting sidechained except the drums. That's generally how I work. I think it makes sense that way. What was it like working on Lost with Coven? That was cool. I mean, I basically had written the song and just needed to find a vocalist. And I think that was the last one that we kind of finished off for the album. And then, yeah, just through connects, just through people we know, they're like, hey, why don't you work with Coven? Like, Katie's a great vocalist. I'm like, can't believe I didn't think of that. So we hit him up, and then it happened, and that was like the last song to be finished for the Transcendency. So that's cool. Will you make a song with Excision? Yes, we have one, and it's pretty much finished, but I don't know when it's coming out. When is gonna be EP? Soon, really soon. What else? What else? PhaseOne times Marauder. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say no. He's a badass, and he's from Sydney. He's from my hometown. What other questions do we have? What is my favorite plugin? Good question. I mean, just Serum, dude. I'm super basic with production. Like, it kind of blows my mind. We're like all this new generation of kids that are coming out, like using all these crazy things, like making the sound design, which I've never even like comprehended before. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But I'm just an old school dude. I don't know. I'm 32, dude. I'm like too old for this shit. I'm too old for this shit, man. Like, you know, it's funny. Like, the older you get, like, you realize you're just making music for like 18-year-olds. It's like, fuck. But it's cool, you know. I still enjoy it, so that's all that matters. But yeah, I'm pretty old school. I just use Serum and just all my drum samples. I basically created like my own like drum kit. It's just like a folder of samples that are just one-shot samples, but like, you know, when you like make a little, if you make a little drum beat out of them, it sounds like a pretty real kit. You know, that took a lot of work for me just to make that little drum kit, so I think it's cool. Need you in EDC Mexico. Yeah, I wish, dude. One day, one day. Who would you like to play back-to-back live with? Man, to be honest, I hate back-to-backs. No offense, like, it's just a way for like promoters to like add more people to the lineup. You know, no, I don't think any artist really enjoys it that much. Like, it takes away from your sound. It just kind of like there's been like, I think I've enjoyed 2 back-to-backs. I've done like plenty of back-to-backs, but I think I've only enjoyed 2, and that was just because like the person I was doing it with meshed well. You know, normally I just like to do my own thing, man. It's like you're DJing and then like you stop DJing, you just pass the headphones to someone else and then they do like their thing for a few minutes. You're just fucking standing there or trying to be a hype man. Like, I don't know. I hate it. I hate it.
I have a question, Graham.
Yes.
I don't know if someone already asked this yet, but it comes up nearly every time we do a Q&A on Ask Disciple. And the question is, how did you actually get started with Disciple? Like, how did the whole thing come up? How did you meet the guys? What happened? I'm sure there's a story, unless it's very boring.
It's probably boring, but let's see. Let me see if I can make it interesting. So 2014, Dodge, he's touring Australia a lot because his girlfriend lived in Australia. So he was touring a lot. I was like kind of just getting my name kind of out there. So obviously trying to like push my music to like different labels and stuff like that. At the time, I think I was signed with Firepower, RIP. And then I was trying to, I don't know, just see what other options there were, I guess. And Disciple were killing it. You know, even back then they were doing good things. So Dodge was like touring Australia a lot. So I'd always hit him up and be like, hey, like, because at the time, like in the Australian dubstep scene, like, you know, there wasn't really any big dubstep producers. Like I was, you know, back then I was nothing, but like at the time, like even I was the biggest thing, and it was like not even a thing, you know. So like I ended up like playing a few shows with Dodge, and then, you know, we hung out a little bit, and like I would send him my music and all that, and then through him I met Myro, and then his girlfriend is also Australian, so he would come to Australia and we'd hang out. So I became friends with the 2 guys like 3 years before I even signed to the label. Then what happened next? Then I just started like sending them more music, And I think my production was like, obviously it was shitty back then, but it was obviously in an upwards motion of getting better. So then I think once they kind of heard that I had improved and actually like become like okay producer or a decent producer with like a certain sound, I think it was basically once I started really nailing the metal dubstep crossover. I think once that really kind of I nailed that, I think that's when they kind of like, okay, like this could be something. So then finally that's what they hit me up and like, yeah, let's make something happen. And that's when I released the Origins EP that had Origins, Welcome to Mayhem, Kung Fu, and Broken Chains. Oh, and there was a remix from DC Breaks on there. And yeah, that's when it all happened in 2017. So it's been, 3 years now? That's crazy. And there's been some crazy times ever since. Does that answer your question?
That'll do.
I mean, it's not
Full story.
It's not interesting. It's just it's just factual.
Yeah, no,
it's factual. Yeah,
factually based story.
Yeah, it's
all the facts.
Everyone's like, everyone in any industries ever. It's like it's all about who you know.
Yep,
it's true. It's true. All right, next question. What's your favorite city to perform in the US? That's a tough one. Obviously, Denver is fantastic. Colorado just has a really good bass scene, so every time I go there, it is a hit. There's, and you guys have Red Rocks, which is cool, which I have fortunately had the pleasure of performing at. What else? LA's good. LA's a tough one because like we all live here, so it's like whenever an artist does an LA show, it has to be big. You can't just do like a one-off little thing. So I tend to do one show in LA every year, like a headline show, and then obviously there'll be like festivals around that too. But LA's cool. Texas is really good. Texas represent. Dallas is really cool. I like that. Dallas and Houston are both really cool for my music. I know it's not the US, but Montreal, same continent though. Montreal is probably the best city in the world to perform in. Tough tie with Paris. I think Paris is really strong too. They love heavy music there, man. I don't know what to say. More than you Americans, as much as you can try and fight me on that, but until you've been there, you will not understand.
Hey, them's fighting words.
Them you fighting words. Favorite species of fish. Oh. Isn't the fish a species? Oh no. I don't know. Well, favorite species of fish. I'm just gonna say whales. Killer whales. Chiller whales, dude. Chiller whales. Down to play some PS4. I'll add you. I don't have a PS4. I used to game a lot when I was like growing up, and then music just kind of took over a lot, and then I kind of stopped gaming for like 10 years, maybe more. I mean, I still play the occasional thing, but like I never got into like the new things that were coming out. So only in like the last year or so I bought a Switch, and then I played Zelda. I played Mario Kart like almost every day. Played what else? Rocket League. I just got into Rocket League recently, and it's ridiculously hard, but ridiculously addictive, and I'm playing that most days. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a PS4. I don't do any of that like serious. I don't do any of the shooting games that everyone's obsessed with. Sorry. Next question. What age do you start making music? -5, dude. I was making music in the womb. Right, let's go to the bottom. Anything new? Collab with Peekaboo? Nah. Nothing. Nothing against him. Like, he's a great producer. Just like, I just don't think our styles would really work. Like, hard pass. Yeah, nah.
Shout out Peekaboo, we love you.
No, we do love Peekaboo. Matt's an awesome dude. I just don't think our styles would blend. I mean, maybe they would. Who knows? Actually, should I hit him up?
It's worth an ask.
I reckon we could make something interesting. Actually, yeah. No, forget what I said. I'm gonna hit him up and see if we can make something interesting. Because like I have made a kind of like more like Wakani style song before.
Thought you wanted to use the other W word.
Wook?
Oh.
Wookie? Nah, I'm not gonna use that word.
Hot button topic. Hot button.
Yeah. What's my favorite European city to perform in? From my experience, the best places I have performed in include Paris. I perform there quite a lot actually. Like at this stage, it's been twice a year for the last 5 years. It's Paris. What else? Belgium's been good to me because of Rampage and Tomorrowland. I think I've played 4 Rampage events, 2 of them being at Tomorrowland. I did Rampage 2018 and I did Rampage Open Air last year. So Belgium's incredible for that stuff, you know, like that's a party that every American should go witness, because, you know, if you think you guys have shit like cool, like you haven't seen shit, dude. It's insane. Also gonna plug the event tomorrow one more time. I am performing the Rampage event tomorrow. It's the live stream. My set starts at noon PST. How many hairs in your beard? I actually counted every single hair the other day, and it was fuck you, shut up. Americans definitely don't go as hard as Aussies and other places. Yes, I do agree. You know, the American scene is great. Like there's so many shows here, and that's why I live here. Well, it's a weird time right now because there's not shows, but in normal times, you know, I am performing like at least twice a week, you know, and like twice a week over 52 weeks a year, that's like 100 shows, dude. You know, roughly 100 shows a year, and that's crazy. So the scene in America is incredible, but the crowds, you know, some cities go really hard, but like, man, back in Australia, like, it's just like a whole another level of energy, and like the crowd is just so energetic. Like nothing will really ever beat my experience in Sydney, like where I'm from. Like I started DJing at this club called Chinese Laundry back like in 2012 or something, and like just the energy, even to this very day, like, and anyone that any producer, any DJ I know, like that has performed there, they won't deny that that's one of the best places to perform. Like, it's not some crazy venue. It's like, it's a small little like sweat box. I think you can squeeze like 600 people in there, like tops, and it's just like the biggest vibe you'll ever witness. And still to this day, and I'm pretty stoked that that's my hometown. So that's cool. Have I ever been bitten by a snake or a spider? Oh, is this because I'm Australian? Is that one of those kind of questions? All right, let me lay it down for you real quick. Everyone not from Australia has this misconstrued idea about Australia and its wildlife. Just because these things that you hear about exist doesn't mean you'll ever see it, dude. Like, Australia's a fucking populated, like, you know, country. Like, the places you will go to are like, you know, major cities. Like, we have like millions of people living in these cities. You're not going to see shit. I'm sorry. No, you're not going to see anything. If you want to see that, you can travel out, you know, to the middle of nowhere and try and find that shit, like the spiders and snakes. But even then, like, you'll be lucky to find it. Like, they're scared of you. They run away from you. I think in my life, I've seen like 1 dangerous snake and like 3 dangerous spiders, but like they just leave you alone. Like, unless you're trying to like fuck with them, nothing's gonna happen, man. Like, I think the last recorded death from a snake bite was like 40 years ago. Like, everyone's like, oh, I'm scared to go in Australia because of the spiders. I'm like, you're an idiot. What happened to the Disciple to tutorials? Maybe that's a data question.
Sounds like a Dieter question.
Yeah, that's a you question.
Hey, it's D. So things have obviously kind of been on hold with the tutorials that we usually always put out on a regular basis. COVID, quarantine, lockdowns, et cetera, and so forth have kind of put a kink in the whole thing. But I will tell you that I have been working very hard and recording a lot of content. All tutorials, all from the guys. It's all super fucking killer, and it's coming out soon. So, yeah, be ready. There's a lot coming out. A lot of new stuff. A lot of stuff that we haven't talked about before. It's going to be great. I'm excited. So, stay locked. Subscribe now.
Yeah, me and Dieter actually recorded like a bunch of tutorials last week. Week before.
Yeah, I think that was a week ago.
Yeah, so I've done a bunch of tutorials, so they will be coming out in the coming months or whatever, you know. Hopefully some interesting content for you. Next question. Best metal band I have seen live? God. Probably the band I've seen the most is a band called Opeth. They're from Sweden. They've been around for like 20 years, more, 30 years maybe. Fuck. They're like a progressive metal band. It's kind of like old man metal, but like, you know, they have like 10-minute songs and stuff. It's like really, it's a journey basically. Anyway, so they were like my favorite band growing up. I've seen them like I think 7 times or something. So I'm just gonna say that to answer the question because they are very cool, and they still throw down, even though they're like probably in their 50s. Are you gonna make some trap at one point? No, but like I think some of my songs do have some trap elements, like Insanity from Transcendency. That song had some trappy elements to it, I'd say. One of the songs on my next EP, it's a heavy song, but the second drop kind of has like a more trappy kind of feel to it, I guess. But when I say trappy, it's like, you know, like Wookie, like Wook trappy. It's like still heavy, you know. Throwing that word around again. Yeah. How long have we been doing this, D? 70, 80 minutes. Interesting. All right. Cool. All right. We'll try and wrap this up soon. But let me see what other questions I can answer before I head off. Before we go drink some more beer. How do you stand out as a producer? Fuck. I don't know. There's no real way to answer that. Just keep trying, I guess. I don't know. Like, there's no right or wrong. Just do what you like, what you think sounds good. I don't know. What is my favorite food? That's a real tough tie between Italian, like a nice like pasta dish with like a glass of wine. That's like straight the way to get to my heart. Otherwise, like proper like Japanese, like sashimi and like sushi. Man, I don't know. I do like Mexican food, and that's quite a bonus living in LA for that. But yeah, probably Italian, I'd say. Can I do a kickflip? Nah, not anymore. I skated for a few years when I was like 12. I could do one then, but if I tried to do one now, I would break my leg. Any collabs with Barely Alive? Not currently. Like, we've worked on a few songs together. Every year, me, Barely Alive, and 12th Planet have done like a meme song. Last year we did Mr. Bubs. I don't really know why we do this, but it is very funny to work on. So we do it for shits and giggles. Yeah, last year I did Mr. Bubs. The year before that we did Send It. And then me and Willie last year also did Arsonist. And I guess if you want to include the mega collabs, you can too. So I don't think we haven't got anything right now. We probably went for a little bit because we've done a bunch already. unless we do another meme track this year. Yeah, I should probably hit them up about that. I think it's time. Kick and snare processing. Man, just get good samples or make good samples. Like, I don't do anything to my kick and snare. Like, I kind of have them processed. Like, you can put some saturation on there, I guess, if you want. I tend to use, there's two things I do sometimes, depending on the song. I use a VST called Transient Master. Pretty sure it's free. I'm not sure. Google it. But Transient Master, sometimes you need that little extra punch from your kick or snare. So like you just chuck that on, and it's literally a 2-knob VST. So one is the transient, so you just turn the knob, and the transient will become much more harsher. And the other one is like the cutoff, so you can like shorten the clip if you want. Super useful. A certain thing I've been doing in my recent productions, I don't know if this is a good thing or not again, but I will just grab like the first little millisecond of a kick or snare, and I'll kind of duplicate that and have that boosted kind of just on top of every kick or snare, and it just kind of creates this more clicky transient kind of thing. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I think it sounds cool. So that's kind of all I really do with my kicks and snares. That's, well, yeah, for the dubstep sections at least. You know, for the metal sections, it's a little different. Those drums I tend to just put a little extra compression on and reverb just to kind of give it like room sound, because my metal sections, or like rock metal sections, I try to keep sounding kind of raw, but like to the point where you think it's like an actual band. Like, I don't want it to sound fully electronic, even though it is. I want it to sound kind of realistic. So yes. PhaseOne, what is the exact circumference of your leg? 1 million? I don't fucking know. Jesus. Why can't I scroll down? Did you went to college? Yes, I did went to college. I went to a private college called SAE, which stands for the School of Audio Engineering. Back in 2007. Yikes, 2007. Wow, I'm old. Thoughts on Turtleneck, and would you collab with Eliminate again? Probably, yeah. That song was pretty quickly thrown together. Like, that song was just for the compilation. That wasn't really like a crazy song. I think I've played it once. Yeah, it's not really like a song to know me by, but I think me and him could work on something cool, like an actual proper song, maybe one day. Last Saturday was my birthday. Happy birthday for last Saturday, Juan Flores. Oh yeah, so currently we are still running that Disciple remix competition. There has been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of remixes. I've heard a few of them. I need to go through. I think the cutoff is actually tomorrow. The cutoff is tomorrow, so if anyone is doing one of the remixes, the deadline is tomorrow. So get that shit in, and then I will be going through all of them, which is probably going to take all day. But I will go through all the remixes, and I'm going to choose my favorite. The question was, what's my favorite one I've heard so far? I'm not going to answer that yet because I need to listen to them all. But yes, get those remixes in so I can hear them. Will you marry me? Sure, why not? The Sounds of Mayhem Volume 2. I get asked this question a lot. I don't know if you've heard the first one, but it's my new annual mix series. Basically, every year I release a big mix, which is like 1 billion songs all in this one mix, or like heavy shit. Mostly unreleased stuff from me and other people as well. So it's kind of like my new little thing that I'm doing. I'm not really doing any other mixes anymore. This is going to be like my sole annual mix. So it's an annual mix, which means it comes out once a year. So the first one came out in January this year, did really well. People want more, so the next one will come out early next year. Because those things aren't quick to make, dude. Like they take a lot of hunting down like unreleased tracks from all your favorite artists and stuff like that, and compiling this crazy mix with like quadruple drops and shit. That takes a minute. So it's like that's why I'm trying to like make this like a yearly thing, because it's like trying to find like 200 songs of unreleased material twice a year. That's a lot of work, dude. And I need to be working on more important stuff like making my own music and stuff. So yeah, I'll probably start working on Volume 2 at the end of this year, set for early 2021 release. So that's the go with that. Alright, well, fuck, I think that's about all the time we have. It's been a minute. So, yeah. Is there anything else I need to go over, Dieter?
I think we pretty much well covered it.
That was a Q&A, I think.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We chugged some beer. We talked some shit.
Chug some beer, talk some shit.
What else is there, man? That's it,
Yeah. Shout out everyone who put up some donations.
Yes, thank you.
Whoops, cutting too soon. Titles all over the place. Graham, you have a stream coming up tomorrow.
Yep.
Let's remind everyone where they can see that and
yeah.
when.
So tomorrow, midday, noon. PST, LA time. I'll be doing this live stream for Rampage. You can watch that on their YouTube or their Facebook, I think. So yeah, you'll be able to find it. I'll be posting stuff on my Instagram and stuff about it, so you can click the link and all that. So I'll be playing lots of unreleased music from myself and others. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys then. Until then, thank you everybody. That was awesome. Shout out again to everyone who jumped in the chat and came in with questions. Yeah. Join us next week for the next episode of Season 2, Ask Disciple. We're on with Infect. Rhythm Lord Infect. So don't miss it. Thank you, Graham. Thank you, PhaseOne. Follow PhaseOne. Like this man. Follow everything he does and buy his merch. You stay classy, San Diego.
What are you trying to